All right, today we're digging into a pretty radical vision for the future of education. It comes from the book Codex MME, and it argues that in this new age of AI, we don't just need to update our schools, we actually have to re-engineer them from the ground up. So, the book kicks things off with a really stark warning. It says that right now, our education system is preparing kids for a world that, well, it's already gone. It's training them for a race they are absolutely guaranteed to lose. And that leads to a question that really gets to the heart of the problem, you know? Are we basically just training our children to be bad computers? I mean, the book doesn't just say this system is inefficient. It goes so far as to call it an educational crime. Think about it. By forcing students to compete with AI on its home turf, memorization and calculation, we're basically designing a future where their skills are obsolete before they even get their diploma. Okay, so how on earth did we get here? Well, the source breaks down this failed system, which it calls the dead classroom, and it points to 3 fundamental design flaws that are holding us all back. First up, there's a huge timing problem. You have to remember, our schools were designed for a totally different era, an era of information scarcity. Knowledge was rare, it was locked away, and school was the gateway. But today, we're living in an age of just absolute information abundance. The problem isn't getting access anymore. It's trying to navigate this endless ocean of data without drowning. And then you've got the second flaw, which is a massive skills mismatch. Our schools are totally obsessed with teaching the very skills the machines have already perfected. Memorizing facts, calculating answers, following instructions. I mean, these are literally the tasks where AI already outperforms us by orders of magnitude. It's not even a contest. And the third flaw, honestly, it might be the most tragic one of all. The system is designed to crush the one thing that makes us uniquely human, our curiosity. Think about it. By rewarding only that one right answer and punishing every mistake, it teaches students to stop asking why and to start asking, so, what do you want me to say? And just like that, the engine of all real learning, it just dies. Okay, so if that's the diagnosis, what's the cure? Well, the book argues that before we can even think about building a new system, we have to completely change how we think about knowledge itself. The old system, right, it treats knowledge like a rock. It's static, it's rigid, it's complete. You just break off little pieces and memorize them. But this new model, the Living Codex, sees knowledge as a tree, a living, growing, changing thing, where it's the connections between the branches that truly matter. Now, this simple shift from rock to tree, it changes absolutely everything about the student's role. They're not passive consumers anymore. Nope, they become active knowledge architects. Their job is to deconstruct big ideas down to their core principles, connect those ideas across totally different fields, and then, and this is the key part, construct something brand new. These are the skills that AI simply cannot replicate. Okay, so how does all this philosophy actually become a practical blueprint? Well, the Living Codex is built on 3 very specific design protocols, and they work together to create a completely new kind of learning experience. So you've got the narrative tapestry, which is all about providing context. Then there's the prism protocol for depth. And finally, the legacy protocol, which gives learning a real purpose. You can think of them as the new operating system for a classroom. Let's take a look at how a couple of these actually work in practice. Let's start with the narrative tapestry. It's designed to solve a problem that I'm pretty sure we all remember from school, those totally fragmented subjects, right? You've got chemistry at 9 a.m., then history at 10, and it's like they exist in completely separate universes with no connection at all. So the solution here is to weave all of that learning into one single compelling master narrative. Instead of just studying all these disconnected subjects, what if the entire 9th grade science curriculum became one epic story, like a mission to colonize Mars? And just like that, suddenly everything has context. Physics isn't just some abstract set of laws anymore. It's the science that actually gets your rocket off the ground. Chemistry is what keeps you breathing in your habitat. Biology is what keeps you from starving on a new world. Even ethics gets a seat at the table. Every single subject becomes a vital chapter in this one grand adventure. Okay, the final piece of the puzzle is the legacy protocol, and this thing is a total game changer. It says that learning should never end with a multiple choice test. Instead, it must always end with an act of creation. Students have to take what they've learned and actually build something new and meaningful with it. It gives all that knowledge a tangible, real-world purpose. So the big takeaway here isn't that this is all some distant utopian dream. Not at all. The source presents this as an urgent and, more importantly, a practical construction project that we need to start right now. And the book leaves us with a really powerful idea. A book or an idea or even a perfect blueprint, they're just starting points. They can't create change all on their own. That responsibility, well, that falls to the builders. Which brings us right to the final critical question. The old structure is clearly failing, a new blueprint has been drawn, the tools are ready to go. So the only question left for all of us, whether you're an educator, a parent, a leader, is this: are you ready to build?